So you read the title and you probably read the part where it said job hunting and just immediately thought, oh my God, he doesn't have a job anymore. Let me go ahead and give him some advice on how to conduct a proper interview. That's not what this video is. Just bear with me. I will explain what I mean in a moment. When I say that job hunting is probably the worst part of being American, I mean that to mean that, like, just in general, everything about job hunting or just everything about being American is kind of rough. But job hunting is like one of those things that really kind of puts it on the forefront. See, in America, you need money, right? In order for you to get money, you have to get a job. That's the whole concept. Get job, get money. Now the problem is that not every job is equal. Not every job is the same. So you're gonna have some jobs that's gonna pay you minimum wage, a little less than that, a little more than that. Minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, right? So you're probably gonna get a job that's probably gonna pay you $9 an hour, or maybe $5 an hour. But the fact of the matter is that, like, if you just happen to get your ideal job, it can literally change your life. The reason why job hunting is so frustrating is because if you ain't got a job, you're not getting any money. Unless, of course, you're getting money through other means, which I will not go into. The problem is that, like, if you're out job hunting, if you job out looking for a job, which is very, very, very frustrating in itself, you are basically putting yourself at the will and mercy of somebody who is going to judge everything about you in hopes to justify why they wouldn't hire you in the process. And that part always stresses me out. It's not the job hunting that annoys me as much as it's simply like, if you don't get the job, there's people out there who don't know you, who weren't part of the interview process, who wasn't part of anything, who will literally look at you and be like, yeah, you didn't get that job because of XYZ123. And it's like, you don't know why I didn't get that job. You're not part of the process in any fashion. For all you know, they could have just, like, not liked the color of the tie that I was wearing. Which, by the way, the people who will probably reject you for getting a job will not tell you. They won't tell you why you didn't get the job. It'll just simply be, oh, sorry, you didn't get the job. Better luck next time, sucker. Whatever. And it's just very annoying. So it's like, so you find yourself going from job to job to job to job to job to job to job, and you find out that you either A, got rejected, B, the job was never, like, actually there in the first place. You just applied for nothing, or C, like, you just get put on hold forever. You know what I'm saying? You need money today. And if you are job hunting, you probably won't know that you probably won't even get an interview until, like, a few months down the line, if they even decide to hire you in the first place. And like I said, the thing that really will always annoy me is the fact that they will never tell you why they didn't hire you. It will always be like, oh, well, you just weren't the right candidate, or we found someone else who was much more qualified for the job, or blah, blah, blah. It's just really kind of agitating. And the thing that really used to annoy me was that if I had an interview and I had told somebody, oh, yeah, I'm a little bummed out because I didn't really, I didn't get the job that I interviewed for. The first thing that they'll say is, well, maybe it's because you look like that, which, you don't know how I looked the day of the interview. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me, oh, it's because of how I looked. Which, by the way, not hiring somebody because of how they look, it has to be, like, the most blatantly screwed up thing. Once again, you're at the throes and the mercy of people who are going to judge you for reasons that you're just never going to understand as to why they would or would not hire you. And it'll always be like somebody who's going to be like, well, they probably just didn't think you were properly qualified, blah, 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 which is, like, really stupid in my. It's like, even if you're not properly qualified, we literally live in a nation that's ran by a TV show host who is just rich enough to get racists to believe everything he says for years. And it's like, if a rich racist TV show host can become president twice, qualifications and merit and requirements don't mean jack anymore. I believe in my ideal America, if you got hired for a job, in my ideal America, if you apply for a job, you will get it. You will get it, and if you will get a period of training in that job between, like, depending on how complicated that job is, your training period is going to be, like, I don't know, maybe a few months, maybe a year, maybe a few years. But the fact of the matter is that while you're getting on the job training at that job that you applied for, and then once that training period is up, you're good, right? And then as time goes by, you get the job, you get the job, you work it, you earn your money, and all that other stuff afterwards. But the fact of the matter is that, like, it's kind of ridiculous that, like, but in America, it's basically, sorry, you're not the person we're looking for. Sorry this, sorry that, you're not getting this, and then you find yourself getting a job that you probably A, didn't want, and B, probably won't get paid that much for having. but you still need a job because you still need money, you still need income, and we still live in a country where if a rich person doesn't like where you work, that just means that just somehow justifies you not getting paid the right amount because all jobs aren't equal, which is like which we're pretty I'm pretty sure the big C, confirmed that essential jobs are essential regardless of what they are. Every job is essential thanks to the big C. But that's what I'm saying though. It's just like that's the part that's really kind of stressing me out. That's the nation that we're living in right now. We're living in a nation where if you apply for a job, there's a chance you might not get that job because somebody doesn't like you. Well, actually, it could be for a whole lot of reasons. It could just be because they might have got everybody that they needed. They probably might have got everybody that they needed already, which like they can say that. They can say that. But they can also tell you why you didn't get hired. I'm pretty sure everybody that goes into the same job all have the same amount of qualifications. But for some strange reason, we live in a nation where it's like we live in like I said, the idea of not hiring somebody because of how they look is just crazy to me because it's like there's so many ugly people with front place jobs in the first place. Have you seen the Senate? Have you seen the Senate? In any case, though, that's what I'm saying. It's just like it's just really screwed up because like jobs in general in America are just ridiculous because of the whole idea of oh well if we don't like your job that you have then that means that you should get paid less than a living wage because I don't like you because people don't like your job, which I don't think anybody works harder than fast food people and retail store workers because oh my god everybody eats and everybody shops. You know what I'm saying? I just think, but it's like at the same time, it's just like it's just crazy to me. Like I'm saying, like the jobs that get the less amount of respect are the ones who do the most work and are the most essential. Meanwhile, jobs that don't do anything, like whatever Elon Musk or Donald Trump does, get all this money. Then you cannot work. You cannot work your entire life and make $1 billion. You can literally work your entire life at a job at one of these. If you work your entire life at a 725 job, I didn't do the math on this. You're not going to make $1 billion. If you work any job that isn't like any normal job, you're not going to make $1 billion. You're not even going to make a million. Why? Because expenses are going to keep going up. Meanwhile, some dude who doesn't do anything is making so much money that like you got people simping for him. It's just I'm sorry, I don't want to go back to politics, but what I am saying is that like the worst part, like I said, jobs, the job market, the job system, applying for jobs, job hunting, that whole employment in general is easily like the worst part about being an American because of the fact that you're basically being told that if you that you're basically being told to go out and get a job and then afterwards being told not like that afterwards. It's just wild. We gotta do something about like employment and jobs in America. Just labor in America just needs to get revamped for the better because like we live in a nation that is ruled by people who think that slavery was cool because their grandparents told them about it. Their grandparents told them about it back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And we need to challenge that a little bit just for the better. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're going to, it's like going, if we're going to demean somebody because of where they work at, then maybe let's demean the right people, like business CEOs and people who do nothing, like business CEOs or rich folk or socialites. Shoot. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this, but yeah, just know that like I'm not asking for advice on how to get a job. I'm not saying oh my god I don't have a job right now and none of that. Just understand that I'm saying that labor needs to get revamped in the best way possible because it's your job. It's your job. I'm gonna get so much hate from the right wing for this. Love and peace, y'all.